Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's edition of the Faithful Dogs podcast. I am Tyler Johnson, joined by Zach DeFranco, Jack Robinson, Jacob Roach, Nick Carnes, Jordan Stanfield, and Mr. Eddie McDonald. Gentlemen, how are we doing and how are we feeling this evening?
I'm doing
Pretty
great, man.
Pretty good, dude. Schedule's been released. I've already seen it. We'll get into it. I don't like where our bye week is. We'll get into that, but I do not like where our bye week is.
God, I hate a like 3-week 8 bye. If you're going before week 8, it sucks.
Yeah,
having a bye week that early sucks.
but like you said, we will get into it here tonight, guys. Anyone that's joining us tonight,
Is that Tyler's mic that's making that noise, or
Eddie, are you writing? All
I
right.
don't know. Is it mine?
I don't know whose mic it is.
I think it is yours, Tyler.
All right, well, that's fun.
I can't hear you, Eddie.
Anyway, anyone who is joining us tonight, feel free to drop a like on tonight's video and subscribe if you're brand new to the YouTube channel. We also have a brand new membership option for you guys to check out for $2.99 a month. Jacob, you just want to briefly just kind of touch on some of the features with that?
Yeah, so the membership's $2.99 a month. We'll do early access to a lot of the pre-recorded videos. My film rooms included. The film room for members of the channel will drop later tonight. Drops tomorrow sometime for everybody else. About 24-hour early access to a lot of the non-live content. We'll give you shout outs on the episode. Premium priority reply to all the comments on any of the videos, as well as some cool emoticons and some badges for you to, flaunt about.
Love it. And before we get into tonight's episode, we do just want to take a second here from our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. What's up, everybody? We know that daily fantasy never stops, and Network 216 is proud to be a partner with Underdog Fantasy. Very simple to use. All you have to do is go to go to underdogfantasy.com and you will just click the sign in button. You'll create an account if you haven't done so already. If you've not created an account, it'll ask you to enter code 216, and they will double your first deposit up to $100. Underdog Fantasy, live draft lobbies that you get to compete with you and your friends. It's no salary cap like DraftKings and FanDuel. You get to go to a draft lobby, pick the players you want, or you can do daily pick'ems, which give you access to all the NFL and NBA games for you to make your picks every single night. Again, go to underdogfantasy.com or use the Underdog Fantasy app on iOS or Android. Use code 216 to double your first deposit up to $100. Sign up today. And gentlemen, the first game that we got confirmed, that was early this morning, ESPN Cleveland pretty much said it on air that it was going to be week 1. It is going to be the Browns and the Bengals, and that is going to take place in Cleveland. So what are your thoughts as opening that up to start the season? How do you guys feel about that? Again, it's a tough conference opponent to open the year. Normally, if it's a conference opponent we're playing, it's Pittsburgh. So how do you guys feel about this?
I'm actually kind of confident going up against the Bengals. The Bengals usually seem to have some early season struggles. We've seen it the past couple of years. Sometimes they just don't really get into a rhythm right away. And also just because we're playing them so early, it makes it so that we get to kind of get it out of the way. We get to kind of see immediately just, what kind of team the Browns are right off. So I'm actually kind of excited to see Browns versus Bengals so soon.
Yeah. I mean, I have no problem coming out of the gate, swinging against some big opponents, kind of figure out what we're made of early on. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Kenneth, for becoming a member. By the way, guys, anyone else that becomes a member live tonight, we will shout you out on the stream. So, and Josh, sorry, Jacob, real quick. Josh, man, appreciate it. We really appreciate that donation, dude. You're the real MVP. I'm telling you. I am telling you, you're the real MVP. But all right, so, sorry, Jacob. We just wanted to make sure we didn't forget about it. Forget about all the people that support the network.
Who that? I don't even know what. Yeah, no, like it's very interesting. Week 1 and week 18 being the 2 games against Cincy. So you start the year out against Cincy at home, and then you get the matchup at the end of the year against them. You go Monday night against the Steelers. It's a really fun start there. It's going to be brutal. We already experienced the fighting on Twitter between Browns and Bengals fans.
I missed all that
mid-season violence today, guys. This guy right here, he can tell you all about it.
Nick, yeah, man.
Dude,
you know what? I'm just saying that Cincinnati's never beat the Browns in Cleveland in the Kevin Stefanski era. I'm also saying that the Bengals are 1-5 against the Browns in the last 3 years, and I think 2-8 in their last 10, something like that. I saw that stat today, which leads me into the point of, if you're going to start against an AFC North opponent, I would much rather it be Cincinnati. Maybe that'll come back to bite me. I know they've won the AFC North twice, so maybe that's a hot take. But for whatever reason, Browns beat them, and they lost this last game, which I still remember that flea flicker. But of any of the 3 teams you could play, I'd rather play Cincinnati, given how the Browns have played against them.
Mm-hmm.
I like it, actually. I love it. Like, you got to beat them first, so you obviously have to beat them at least once. And I like it starting off the season. It's a big matchup. Obviously, we got better. So, and I said earlier to you guys that obviously that we have to win games, and the play on the field actually matters. But there's no reason this team can't make the playoffs, and that doesn't, even if they go 0-1, like, that doesn't matter. But I like the challenge of having the team that was right there on the cusp of beating Patrick Mahomes, and then fell short of that. I like that. Started off early.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the way and we got some amazing comments in the chat. Also, Josh, thank you, man. Josh is going to be gifting some memberships out tonight. So, Josh, thank you. We can't thank you enough. We really do appreciate that support. But again, if you're going to play a team from the AFC North, I do agree. I'd rather it be the Bengals. Play them week 1. I think also if you can come out and really make a statement week 1, if you're at home and you beat Cincinnati, I think that's really going to set the tone for the season. Even if you do go 0-1, obviously it isn't the end of the world, but you can really establish a lot of momentum moving forward if you can pull off that first win of the season. So can't wait to see how that ends up going for us.
And 3 out of your 4 first games being divisional games is huge.
I love
huge.
that too. I love that too. It's just like you're going to get half of that action out of the way. Cool.
And 2 of them home as well is huge as well.
When are the other? I know you guys said Cincinnati is the last week.
Week 1 Cincinnati, Week 2 Monday Night Football in Pittsburgh, Week 4 at home against Baltimore.
And then when do they go? When do they play them the other time?
10 and 11. So you go to Baltimore Week 10, home against Pittsburgh Week 11, and then Week 18 on the road against the Bengals. Those are your division
We
games.
can probably bring the schedule up, right? Like that might make this pretty easy.
Yeah, because I'm on my phone. I haven't seen the schedule yet.
I can get it. Hold on. I got it.
Yeah, we'll pull it up. Put it on here for everyone to see.
I have it over here on my tab. I'll put it up.
But I really do like the aspect of them getting 3 of their division games right out of the way. Boom, boom, boom. And we'll see where we stand at that point and know what we have to do on the wraparound when we play them again.
Yeah.
That's cool to me. I don't know. That has me excited for. I like that. I was not expecting to see that.
Especially heading into that bye week and then having to face the 49ers. I mean, that's huge.
I do hate the early bye week, though.
The early bye week sucks.
Agreed.
I don't hate it because then I just know the rest of the year Browns football is on no matter what.
That's fair.
I don't have to. I don't like the bye week's cool for fantasy purposes and all that, but I don't know. I just like getting it out of the way so I don't have to worry about a bye.
Makes you wonder how the players feel about that, though. That's very early on. You know, like some players like that middle of the. I'm used to us kind of having like.
We always seem to have it around like 8 to 10.
Week 8 to 10. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's kind of weird having it now, and especially with the lack of primetime games we have. Yeah. You know, like. I mean, we are doing a lot of traveling, though. Not as much as some teams, but
how many primetime games are there? I can't see that on my screen.
There's 2, and then there's 2 that are to be decided.
Yeah.
So,
what's the to be decided?
Chicago Week 15 and Bengals Week 18.
That schedule's there. I tried to enlarge it. It's
No, it's I'm just on my computer restarted. It hates me. The
Bengals game is definitely going to be dependent on just how well both teams do throughout the season. Like if this is a fight for the AFC North, that's going to be a primetime game. The Bears game is going to just be, I guess, how have the Bears progressed at all. But yeah, I mean, getting only 2 primetime games is not that surprising to me, honestly.
I'm good with it, man. Give me 1 o'clock Sunday games.
It's how it should be.
That's what I'm all about.
Like we don't need 5 or 6 primetime games a year. Give us the 2. Let us earn them at the end of the year. Sign me up for that. I think the next one that really stands out is obviously Pittsburgh going there to week 2. I really like that as well. I like being able to get that game out. I mean, obviously the Browns have struggled at Heinz, whatever their new I'm calling it Heinz Field because I'm not gonna try and pronounce it. But anyway,
you sound like a Steelers fan now. I'm not gonna call it the name because I can't pronounce it.
I actually have to go to their stadium for a coach clinic for work in June.
It's a great stadium. It's a fantastic stadium.
It is really nice.
It's very ugly though. It's very ugly. All that yellow is disgusting. It's ugly.
There is a lot. It's very bright.
It is, but it's a beautiful stadium. That and PNC Park right beside each other, they're fantastic. If you've never been there, go there.
How do you guys feel about really kicking off the season, your primetime schedule in Pittsburgh? You guys like that? Do you wish it was a different opponent? How do you guys feel about that one?
That's going to be a brutal environment. You know it's going to be hostile.
Oh my God!
Yes. It's a make or break. It's one of those games where it's like if the Browns would have such a statement win if they came out of Heinz Field on Monday night victorious that day. It's tough, but I mean you got the chance to really set your season off on a rocket trajectory.
Well, truly, yeah. I mean that's the really big thing is that these first 2, 3, 4 games really do kind of set the standard for the rest of your season. I mean, if you come out roaring and you're like 3-1, 4-0, which obviously like that would be incredible. Like, yeah, I mean, you start off the season great. If you go out of the first 2 games 0-2 and you need to win that Titans game and that Ravens game to get to 500 before the bye week, you're really starting to wonder like just what this team is actually capable of, because it really kind of does kind of set the season. Like once we get to the bye week, the record there is kind of going to determine like how realistic is it for us to actually make the playoffs.
Because so do the other teams in the division play each other too in those weeks?
That's a good
I don't know.
Dude, I'll be honest, I have not looked at a single schedule other than our own. I am not sure on that one. That's a great question.
But it does become interesting to have 4 of your first 5 at home.
Yeah.
Wrapped around there. You do have the opportunity there, in the bye week being in there as well. You have that opportunity. You play your first primetime game, right? Week 2, you get only one other primetime game at the end. But, I mean, you got an opportunity to play 4 you got 4 opponents at home in the first 5 weeks, 3 of them being AFC teams and 2 of them being North teams. You've got an opportunity to really set yourself up on your home turf. You've got an opportunity to gather all these people at home, confident, feeling good, go out there, find a way, get a winning record, get 3-2, 4-1, something like that. If you can be 3-2 out that stretch as you head to Indy and Seattle, I don't know what the hell you're supposed to expect from Indy right now. I whatever.
Right.
You try to do that sort of thing. I just think that is as hard as those opponents are, I still think it's a good draw.
Hopefully this is easier for people to see. I was able to copy and paste it. So hopefully that everyone that's watching us can see that just a little bit better. So let me know if that works. But you get Pittsburgh out of the way. I like that because, again, the Browns have been really –
I think multiple people are
I don't know.
There's a couple people frozen.
That's cool.
There we go. Okay, we're back. We're back.
I was like, are we frozen? Do I have time to go get more cookies?
Dude, that was weird. Everybody was spinning. Okay. All right, perfect.
Pittsburgh opens with the 49ers.
Okay.
That's good.
And the Bengals have the Ravens week 2.
Okay.
Wow. I wonder who the Ravens play week 1.
Week 1, who did the Ravens play? I saw.
Yeah, we're all down here now.
I'm trying to make the schedule as big as I can for people.
Let's see. Who do the
That looks good on
Josh
my phone.
says it's great.
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay.
That looks good.
Okay, perfect. All right, perfect.
I like that 3 of the last 5 games of the year at home, though.
Yeah.
That's stretch to begin the year. Look how many home games you have to begin the year.
Yeah.
You have to.
I just think Tyler seems to be having issues, so I'd like to pick up where he left off. You have to capitalize on being at home and having the fans and making it that advantage, because I think these are games that the Browns can very much win, but they could also very much lose. Like you could tell me either outcome and I would not be surprised. So yeah. I just hope that home field is that difference for them, because they're going to need it. They've got a lot of new pieces. They're running new schemes. I think they're going to need the advantage of the crowd. And aside from Pittsburgh, they should get it.
I agree. They should win. They should win. If they win 3 of those home games to start the season, and only just lose, the one, that's perfect. Like that, you couldn't get much better unless you obviously go perfect. They have to win at least 3 of those. And I do like that the 49ers right there, a team that is obviously a Super Bowl contender and we're on the cusp last year. I like that, and I just like how it's a gauntlet this year. Like we're gonna have to earn it. Like just looking at this, like the Seahawks are gonna be good, the Ravens, Steelers, and then Denver probably should be better. Then you get the Chargers and Jaguars, and then Jets and Bengals all in the last home stretch. That is, I don't know. This is awesome that there's a gauntlet of everything.
Hey, getting the Texans though down the stretch when you're potentially needing to make a playoff push, and you get the Texans
and the Bears.
And the Bears, yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize that was back to back. I just saw the Texans. Yeah, that exactly, man. Like there you go. There's your opportunity down the stretch where you're going to go out in a gauntlet, like Eddie said, but then you're going to get an opportunity during the playoff push. I don't know what to expect from the Rams in Week 13, and then you got a tricky one with the Jags. I think they're a very good team, but then you got 2 more against not good teams. There's 3 out of 4 from Week 13 to 15. That's a pretty good spot. in terms of teams on paper, as long as you don't have a bunch of injuries, you should be better than them.
Yeah,
agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think getting San Francisco right after your bye week, if they're, I mean, San Francisco, everyone agrees is one of the best teams in the NFL, arguably. So you get them right after your bye week, that's a chance for you to steal that game. I mean, and it's at home. So I mean, if you are going to beat San Francisco, I think that sets up a perfect scenario, and it sets up a perfect scenario for the Browns to go into Pittsburgh week 2 into Heinz Field and winning that game, with Pittsburgh coming off hopefully a loss to San Francisco. So
Can I? No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
The Browns requested that 2 of their West Coast games be together. I heard that this morning.
That's interesting.
The schedule makers gave them a big FU with going to Seattle and then coming home to face Arizona, and then, or sorry, not. I don't know why I said Arizona. Seattle and LA.
Huh?
No,
It is Seattle and
Arizona.
Arizona.
No, that's Arizona.
Yeah, no, I know, but they were hoping that the Seattle
and LA
game
would be
together, and they're not.
Well, they got Denver and LA, and those are both West Coast. So I guess not super far West Coast, but I mean still two on the same side of the country.
Denver is always a really tough place to play, especially due to the altitude.
Yeah,
that's
especially at that time of year, it's going to be rough.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. So how do you guys feel about opening the season with the fact that you're going to have 4 home games in the first 5 weeks?
Good. Set the tone for the season. You need to win as many games at the beginning of the season as possible. So having all that home field advantage, like if you don't win at least 3 of these games when like you have 4 home games, like then you're already off to a really bad start because you're going up against teams that are really good at home.
Yep. Especially your own division opponent,
you only have
going to be tough.
Yeah.
And you only have 2 back-to-back road trips too. So like that's also a slight advantage on your schedule, you know.
Yeah, it is. I mean, yeah, that's actually a good point. I didn't even notice that you only really actually no. There's 2. Yeah, there's 2 different outings where you have 2 back-to-back away games, but that's it. Like you don't have a long away streak or anything.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you go Indiana, Seattle, and then Denver, LA.
Yeah, like that should benefit you a lot. So
and Jason, you make a good point. The NFL does not want to see the Browns in the Super Bowl. I mean, a lot of national media doesn't want to see the Browns succeed at all as long as Deshaun Watson is on this roster. Like that's the way it is. But that's why they have 2 primetime games, and they have the opportunity to go out and get more primetime games later in the season. I think that Thursday night game at home against the Jets very well might be for a playoff spot right there. I think that's a huge game. Huge game. The way you end your season at home against the Jets and then at Cincinnati, potentially not only a playoff berth, but you could also have the potential to have the AFC North title on the line.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice that you get a mini bye going into that final week, right? Like they'll play the Jets on Thursday night, and then assuming this is a pivotal matchup, they have that extra couple days to prepare.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Depending on how important that game is, it could be the kind of one of that extra edge you may need. Get a couple more extra days to get ready and for what potentially could just be a bloodbath.
I really thought they wanted to make at least one of those Ravens games primetime. At least one.
Are they both 1 o'clock games?
They're both 1 o'clock games. Yeah. I thought at least one of them was going to be even like a primetime 4:25 game. Like I thought
they could still flex it.
So the NFL changed the rules this year, and there are a lot looser scheduling requirements to change. Like you can go from Thursday to Sunday, and you can be moved around from like Monday back to Sunday, that type of thing that they've never really done before. So some of these games, if the Browns are good, could be different than they're listed now.
Oh, they want to make that Bengals game prime time. If both squads are in it week 18, I mean, they already have it as TBD right there, and that's just a great opportunity. If you've got 2 teams battling it out in state, in Cincinnati, probably snowing, cold, nasty. That's AFC North football. That's playoff football, man.
Yeah, exactly. And Josh says, staying below the radar is fine with me. So this brings a good question to you guys. There seems to be kind of a split within the fan base. Some of us want to fly under the radar, not be on primetime very often, keep the 1 o'clock games. There's also that good portion of the fan base that wants us to be in primetime and take that next step forward. How do you guys feel the way this schedule is, only having 2 primetime games this year?
I'm fine with it. Because I don't want to be on primetime just because of our potential. I want to be on primetime because we are good enough that they have to put us there, because that's just what the TV stations and the people who are advertising demand. Because, I mean, like, I think we all know how hyped we get about this team and the players and how much we know that they can be really, really good every single year. But I don't want to make it out to, like, that we're, the top dogs or anything and we deserve all these primetime games. I think that if we deserve them and we're good enough and we are consistent enough that the TV stations are like, we want these guys on primetime, great, awesome. That just shows that we're a good team. But getting 2 primetime games and a likely third, I think is good enough for me, honestly. Like, I mean, I don't. It's not really that big of a deal for me.
Mm-hmm. I think I fall with Jacob, where I like 1 p.m. games more anyway. I think it's good, and it's nice to just stay consistent with the schedule. Although I do see week 8 is at 4:05 and week 13 is at 4:25. So they do have a couple games that aren't at 1.
Yeah, what?
I think some of those are because of the West Coast.
Yeah, you're playing on the West Coast.
Oh, that's fair. Oh, I didn't think.
Yeah. Which that benefits us too. That way, like, again, when you're traveling to the West Coast and you're having to make that, I mean, it's a time change for your body anyway. Like, that's people don't take that into account enough. The fact that those games are 4:25 games are actually very helpful for the Browns. Warpig says we start slow every year. This seems bad for us. That's why like Juan Thornhill said, it's time to change the narrative.
Correct.
But like last year, we didn't start slow. Our defense just blew late leads. I mean,
we quit early, actually. Instead of starting slow, we quit early.
They quit early.
Yeah.
That damn Jets game, man. Like, I tell you what.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, what happened in that game?
Yeah, right, Jack.
We all tried to forget about it.
I left after Nick Chubb scored the touchdown and said, "Okay, cool. I never have to explore this game ever again."
Yes, guys, absolutely. Like Ainsley said, if you're watching, all you have to do, drop a thumbs up on the video. Help the YouTube algorithm grow for Network 216. That's all it takes. Just a thumbs up on the video. So.
And get a membership to the channel, and in like an hour and a half, you'll get the Siaki Ika film room. I have it all cut up and everything. I need to record it, but I have all the film all cut up and everything. Actually, interesting. I want to tell you guys this because I think this is cool as shit. All right. So he goes by Apu, right? APU. Just for everybody needs to know that he goes by Apu Ika. So like, if you hear Apu, that's what you're hearing.
Ah, Pooh.
Yeah, APU. So like, you remember Abu, the monkey from Aladdin? He was nicknamed. Yeah, no, swear to God. Yeah. He did an interview with Nathan Zagura, his first interview as a Brown. He said he reminded his parents of that monkey because the way he was always smiling and like bouncing around and stuff like that. So they called him Apu instead of Abu. I don't really know why they went Apu instead of Abu, but I do. It's a great name. Watch this. Hey, Nick, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Abu.
Abu who?
What you crying for? It's just a joke.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Oh, good God.
All right.
Moving on.
No, seriously though, it was still funny. Like the fact that his name actually is a poo is kind of funny. Like, that place always stinks then. A poo.
Well, that's what I thought when I heard it. I was like, is that like a derog? Like, are they being mean to him? Like, I didn't know what the hell was going on. But that film will drop for members in an hour and a half. So there you go.
Jacob, for those that don't know, what's the easiest way for them to become a member?
So if you're on the YouTube, if you look right down below this video, you'll see the subscribe button that you have already hit. And we know you've already hit that. But if you look to the left of that button, you'll see a join button. You hit that join button, $2.99 a month. You'll get the early access to film rooms and some other videos that will be starting back up. Tyler's got some series and stuff that are coming at you that'll release early for memberships by about 24 hours. So that's the biggest perk. But you also get to know that you feed into my cookie addiction and help me scratch that itch. Thank you.
You know, something I realized is the Browns go back to back with the AFC North twice, and so you go Baltimore, Pittsburgh right in the middle of the year. That is, oof. Schedule's a bear. I'm not gonna lie. It is a bear.
We talked about it. 3 AFC North opponents in your first 4 games.
Yeah,
true.
I mean, you got to come out. You should always come out swinging, but that's not loaded at the back end of the season for division games. So you have to go out early and really set the tone. It's going to be a gauntlet this year.
How many games do you think the Browns will be favored in?
How many games?
6.
Yeah, how many games?
6.
Hopefully 0.
I want to be an underdog for every single game. Truly.
Yeah, why not? I mean,
there's
actually,
there's no benefit to being favored.
Actually, I do not want that because I don't want idiots on Browns Twitter to run with that and like it'd be Cleveland versus the world. It's not Cleveland versus the world. Can we? I don't want that. I want to be favored in some. Doesn't have to be all of them. I don't care if they're favored in like 4 games. I don't care.
It's Cleveland versus national media, though. You can't deny that.
Okay, here we go. I mean, it's always going to be because they signed Deshaun Watson to this mega contract and no one likes him for it. Great, nobody cares about it. We don't care about that. Like they ignore us. That's great. So hopefully we win and shut everyone up, and then they have to actually not shut them up, but get them to speak because
there's
a great deal, by the way, going on right now with at Homage. 20% off site-wide, guys. Be sure to take advantage of that. Homage has the best retro athletic apparel you're going to find, and comfort too. We're all rocking Homage as always here at Network 216. We're proud to be a partner of Homage. Go check them out. Again, 20% site-wide.
You got to change, dude. Sorry.
Nope, I wear this shirt. It's my shirt.
You wore it last week.
Jack, you wear you one of your amazing ads.
You never wear Homage, Jack. So.
He wears it every week.
Excuse you. Yeah, dude. Listen, I can't wear Homage on the show sometimes because I'm wearing it every day of the week. Because they have so much variety that I'm always wearing it, and so I have to wash it all the time, man. Like it's hard to bring new stuff into the rotation when I'm wearing it like every single day because I can wear basically something new every single day on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because they have something for every single sports team, every single era of football, basketball, soccer, whatever you want. So, I mean, can you blame me? It's hard for me to not wear my Homage when I'm at work or outside doing work in the yard. So sometimes I just have to take it off, and when I get when I'm coming on the show to relax, I have to wear some clean stuff, and I wear it so much none of it's clean. So what am I supposed to do?
Oh shit! All right. Hold on. Oh, this is important.
Oh
my God, this is gonna be great. Hold on. All right, we're gonna get this. Oh yeah, here we go. All right, are you guys ready for the Cleveland Browns schedule release dog pound wrestling video? This is for
hell yeah.
Are you guys look at this shit? Right. Look at this.
I'm ready.
This video is 3 minutes and 45 seconds long. Let's do it.
I'm sold already.
Welcome into the DPW Schedule Release Rumble. Nathan Zagura at ringside with the most must-see WWE superstar of all time, The Miz.
This is gonna be awesome. Look at Brownie standing there in the middle of the ring, ready to go.
Oh, there he is, the Covington Cat. Health with a pot.
Looking like Kevin from The Office spills the chili all over the plates.
Brownie, can you help him out? How about a little chili time, Brownie?
Yeah.
It's the Yinzer Yeller.
What? Oh, and here it is, the most electrifying move in DPW history.
It's the Brownie Elbow.
Right to the
God. That's the Music City one-man band's music.
This guy looks like he had a few too many oat sodas on Broadway last night.
And Brownie gives him the Brownie Cutter.
I guess there won't be an encore.
Oh, great.
Oh,
Edgar
God.
Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Emo's not dead in the...
Oh no.
Oh,
Pros. This is already my favorite video of all time.
No, Jacob, please.
Jacob, come on.
I want to know why Emo's not dead.
I'm like still here too.
Up there.
Jacob.
All right.
What's Brownie doing?
It's not my fault.
He just teleported straight to my right. Oh,
wait.
Yeah, he did the brownie
He gave him
stomp.
the stomp. He gave the stomp. Yeah.
Yeah, he did the stomp.
Okay.
So here we go.
Oh, but Brownie says, Brownie stomp.
Oh my god.
This is fantastic.
I love it.
This is seriously one of my favorite videos ever already, and we're already only the fourth team. This is fantastic.
It's going great. It's going great.
Oh, look at this nerd coming in with a drone. Big drop kick. And here he goes. Bye. Look at this one-trick pony entering the ring, Miz. Spinning a microphone, but everybody wishes he would just shut up. And Brownie body slams him, and now it's the big leg. It's the Seattle Sleeper, but he looks wide awake to me, Miz. This guy loves pillow talk.
Oh,
dang it.
The $1 Million Dream.
Was that Pat McAfee for?
That was.
Yeah, for the Colts. That was Pat
for the
McAfee.
Colts. Yeah,
That's really well thought out. I love it.
This is awesome.
And here comes the leathery Grand Canyon Geezer golf club golf cart. What's he gonna do? I hear this guy golfs like Nathan Segura, but guess what? Brownie's taking none of that. To the top rope, back to the retirement home. The Geezer's awfully slow to get up, Miz. Let's check in on our division rivals in the meantime. I lost today. Oh no. Take your terrible towel and you can wipe it, brother. And we're back. Afrojack horse fan on his trusty seat. Broncos country. That's right. This ain't no country. This is the land, and in the land, go Raiders. Direct hit. He just crossed over the 405. It's the LA influencer. But first, let me take this out back. Because that's what everyone talks like in LA. Brownie said you'll talk no more. Figure 4. Boom. Victory selfie. That top hat can mean only one thing. It's the dual citizen. Hey, my wife's a dual citizen. Are we supposed to like this guy? Brownie, he's coming in on the zip line. It's a spare. A spare. There's Lucy the Pooh coming with his jar full of sticky L's. Oh, Nathan, he's going for the bear hug, but Brownie hits him with the stunner. Good night, Irene, Lucy.
Oh my god.
The Hugh Stunner. Well, yeehaw, Nathan. Choke slam through the ring. Take that ride into the sunset, partner. Oots. You know that's got to be Joyzy Mike. Hey, this guy's got more baby oil on than you, Miz. But not a better tan, Nathan. Don't turn your back on Brownie. That's dangerous. Boom! And Joyzy Mike sleeps with the fishes. Sure looks like the Covington cat won't be able to compete in the rematch. Look at that sad, fat cat. And he's done it. Miles Garrett and Nick Chubb celebrating in the ring with Brownie, Miz. Brownie is the DPW Heavyweight Champion. Thanks for joining us for the schedule release because it's awesome.
That was fantastic.
That's the best schedule release I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'll watch that forever.
Dude, that was absolutely fantastic.
They combined two of my favorite things: the Cleveland Browns and pro wrestling. That was fantastic. I can't say that enough.
We've never done anything remotely close to that before, so I'm glad they got creative this year.
Well, we're the only AFC North team that plays. Actually, let me see. Yeah, Ravens play Bengals and then us in the first 5 weeks.
That is the greatest video of all time.
It is.
It absolutely is. Stunners and stomps and spears.
What other games really stand out to you guys on this schedule as you're looking at it? Ones that maybe fly on the radar a little bit.
The Texans game.
Yeah,
I think the Christmas Eve Houston game. I think that's actually going to be a good game.
That's what CJ Stroud plays like up to his potential, especially later in the year.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that too. I think originally when we were looking at the opponents, we were like, well, you'd rather play the Colts than the Texans early on because you got a rookie quarterback who's not going to have experience, but both of those guys. And we'll see what goes on. I'm assuming Tannehill is going to start in Tennessee.
If he's there.
Yeah, if he's there.
That's true.
Mayo.
As far as the Colts,
I'm intrigued by the Seattle game a lot. That's going to be a tough environment to play. It'll be cool to see them finally play there. But that's going to be a tough game, too. But that'd be, I don't know, that right in the middle of the season. That looks sweet. Hopefully they wear like brown with the neon orange and stuff, or the neon green. I mean.
See, I think the Broncos game honestly is going to be challenging. Just the atmosphere, just playing in Denver itself, it's going to be challenging. But we don't know how Sean Payton's going to do. I mean, Russell Wilson was a decent quarterback in Seattle. I mean, if Sean Payton can transform him, run that offense well, anything can happen with that Broncos team.
Juan Thornhill weighs in and says, "Y'all scared of the schedule? ? I fear no man."
Good. He's already going to be a cultural icon in Cleveland here shortly.
He's fantastic.
He might be a culture changer. I don't know.
He's already got a Browns tattoo.
He does.
He's awesome, man.
That's dope.
Jason asks who the Ratbirds and Bungles got the first 4 games. Not really worried about the Steelers. Steelers, man, are always. It's kind of hard to say with the Steelers. They're always there.
I hate them.
I do too. I'm just saying they're always. You can never overlook them. They're always there. As long as they have Mike Tomlin as their coach, they got a chance.
So I'm looking at the Bengals schedule right now, and while they play Cleveland, LA, Arizona, but coming out of the bye,
start for them.
Coming out of the bye, they play 6 straight playoff teams: Buffalo, Baltimore, Jacksonville, Minnesota, Kansas City, Baltimore.
Nick, are you looking at the same Cincinnati schedule as I am?
I'm just looking at it from their Twitter.
I think it might be formatted strangely.
Because it's Cleveland, Baltimore, the Rams, Tennessee, Arizona, Seattle, then they're bye. San Fran, Buffalo, Houston, Baltimore, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think it's formatted very strange. It's not like top down. It's left, right, left, right, left, right. It's like three in a row, and I don't know. It's weird.
Okay.
I'm really sorry. I just have this schedule grid up on my computer.
Yeah, I think I was looking at it and I'm like, why is this formatted like this? Like, all the other ones are formatted completely differently.
So they start the year off back-to-back division games as well.
Yes.
Okay. They have Cleveland, then Baltimore.
Yes.
They also have Tennessee in that mix like we do.
Nick, I see what you're seeing. I think you saw their home games.
It reads. I'm not going to show you my phone, but it reads left to
weird.
right rather than top to bottom like the Browns does. So it tripped me out because I've been reading our schedule top to bottom and their schedule's left to right.
So they messed it up.
Yeah, they did theirs really weird how they laid that
idiots.
out.
They're from Kentucky.
Wow.
They also. Okay, so now I am reading the schedule right. They also.
We don't hate people from Kentucky, by the way. For those who are in the chat, if you're from Kentucky,
just Bengals fans.
Cincinnati is not in Ohio. I don't care what anyone says.
I just visited Cincinnati, unpopular, but it's a really cool city.
It is.
I've
been there before.
I admit it is a cool city.
I enjoyed it, but it's still in Kentucky.
But my point
I still can't get over that release video. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Browns have the earliest bye week in the NFL, along with the Tampa Bay Bucks, the Chargers, and the Seahawks.
Oh, dang. They had the first one, huh?
We play Baltimore, Pittsburgh back-to-back week 10, 11, and they play Baltimore, Pittsburgh back-to-back in week 11 and 12.
Wow.
Interesting.
That's it.
We're like mirrored with them in their schedule a little bit.
Yeah.
Have we ever played this many division opponents that early in the season?
I don't think
That's
so.
a great question. I have no idea, dude.
I really don't think so.
The 80s, I have no idea.
I mean, that's 5 games in the first 11 weeks. Only 10 if you don't count the bye week. So, yeah, I mean, like half of your games for the first 11 weeks are going to be against division opponents. That is, I don't think that's ever happened for us before.
Because that's insane to me. Dude. That's insane to me. It really is. Like, the fact that you have that many division opponents to start the year, again, it's a chance to really make if you want to win the AFC North, there's your chance. Start it off early.
Yeah, seriously.
Yep. Exactly.
And Baltimore has a great chance of starting off great because they host Houston, go to Cincy, have the Colts, then us at Pittsburgh, Tennessee, Detroit, Arizona. Where's their bye? Oh, their bye is until week 13. And then they finish the season with the Rams, who knows what they're going to be. Then Jaguars, 49ers, Dolphins, Steelers. So they better get their wins early because that's a lot of good teams to play at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Minus the last game against Pittsburgh. They suck.
See, the thing that just I don't know why every year we have such an early bye week. Always. We never have a late bye week. Now, I will say
right in the middle last year.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather have it at the end of the year personally.
Yeah.
But I mean, I will say the fact that the bye week is as early as it is, at least coming out of the bye, you're refreshed for San Francisco. That's what I'll say.
Mhm.
Like, that does help. But the fact that your bye week is week 5 is brutal to me. Like, I just don't see how that really benefits you.
It only benefits us if we're like 0-3, 0-4 come that time, 1-3.
Well, if that's the case, there's a coaching change by the bye
and
week.
So that's what I was gonna say. Like, I feel like the bye week being week 5 puts even more pressure on the first 4 weeks because if they start like 1-3, it's gonna be a pressure cooker come week 5 when we have to talk about that. Conversely, if they start 3-1, you go into that bye and it's just jubilation for 2 straight weeks.
Yep.
I don't think by week 5 there's any. Kevin Stefanski is going to play or coach 17 games this year. I don't care what that record is at week 5. There's no way that
it's too early to fire.
Because what we don't talk about it enough, I don't think, is that this is going to be an adjustment still for the Browns. They're getting a new offense. Deshaun's finally in the offense fully. We think it's going to be good. We have new defensive pieces, but that doesn't always gel right off the bat. So it might not just be, oh yeah, we have this better roster on paper. It might take 2-3 weeks for it to, for everyone to gel together and play, as one.
What are your guys?
You can't start off. In worst case scenario, you cannot start off 0-3 in the division, dude.
If we start off the season somehow 0-4, I do not see Kevin Stefanski coaching after the bye week.
I don't think so either.
Agreed. I think the one upside that we have too. I think the one upside too is that we have an extra preseason game. So I know it's just preseason, but it is another game that those guys can get more downs, more plays together. So
if he plays them,
I mean, they're not going to play that much.
That's
so
very true.
I definitely expect week 1 that week 1 to definitely play a little though.
I think week 3, if anything, they'll in the preseason that they'll play a little bit, maybe like a drive or 2.
You could make the argument that they need to play at least a series every game.
Yeah.
Like, Eddie, I get what you're saying about patience, but I just don't think the Browns are so in on this year. And all these guys that they've built up for so long are in their prime now. I do not think that they would risk the entire year if things start out rocky.
Okay, but you want to go with an interim coach when you're trying to make the playoffs? That doesn't make sense either.
Not at all.
Schwartz is the easiest option right there if that's the case.
Sure, but he has a massive losing record as a head coach.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know what you want there.
He's never had a team like this, I'd have to say, though.
Jim Schwartz didn't come here to be an interim head coach.
I guess
agree.
Not come here to be an interim head coach.
And I'm not saying that they would fire him. I'm just saying, dude, if you guys go in and you're 0-4 by your bye week, Jimmy Haslam. You really don't think that he's going to think to himself okay, this.
Yeah, but it's not going to help. Is my point.
There has to be context to that too, because they could lose games right up to the wire. They can all lose on game-winning field goals, and they're not getting their if they're getting blown out, then maybe there's a different discussion. I doubt it even then. But there's no way, and even if they're 0-4, there's no way in hell Kevin Stefanski is not the coach. He'll be the coach for 17 games this year, hopefully more than that, and.
I am on the train. I do believe Kevin Stefanski will be successful, but it's interesting to think about the other side, play devil's advocate for a second.
Yeah, I don't think the Browns are going 0-4.
Well, especially based off just how last season started too. I mean, it's hard not to. It's hard not to think like that. I mean,
last year we could have been somewhere like 4-1 or something if we had even middle ground defense. I think, and look. As the president of the Joe Woods needs to be gone yesterday club and finally got my wish, I don't think that we're going to have the same issues that we had with Joe Woods this year on the defensive side. I don't think obviously, there's going to be some adjustment because Schwartz needs to put in his scheme. He needs to get his guys ready. Obviously these guys are learning a new defensive system. So will there be some issues? Probably, but I don't think they're going to be as bad as having Joe Woods as your defensive coordinator.
I will say I like playing Cincinnati on week 1 because I feel like week 1 is always a wild card week. And if you're playing a bona fide good opponent, I feel good about them being here and playing them week one before they're going to be running a new offense. There's not going to be any tape out on that, right? So the Browns could really get a jump, I think, offensively over a quality opponent like Cincinnati.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I just saw Ed's comment, and he said that week 7 through 13, I don't know if you guys have said this earlier, was 5 out of 7s on the road. I didn't really see that until he just said that, and that's kind of pivotal right there, honestly.
It's a really good point.
We kind of brought that up, but to a point where we brought
didn't
up
talk
like
about it much.
But to the point where we said like it's not
3 of the last 5 are at home too. So
yeah, and it's not like okay, you're on the road for a long period of time, but
the Seahawks game kind of scares me with that wide receiver group. I mean, if Jackson Smith and Jigmo really turns out to be how he was in college and can transition to the NFL really well with Lockett and DK, I think that's a true test to our secondary.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And and you want to talk about another tough stadium to play in?
Yeah.
I think Seattle's a dark horse in the NFC.
Agreed.
Yeah.
They got some real talent.
I think Geno falls flat on his face.
I don't think he falls flat.
Wow.
I hope not. I've always liked him.
I think he stays okay. I don't think he gets any better or much worse. I think he's found a pretty decent comfort zone. I think Pete Carroll knows how to use him correctly.
You know what, Jacob? You wrote him off, but he's not going to write back, so don't worry.
That's right.
He's not going to write back if I support him. Like, I don't even know.
You don't know that.
He doesn't give a shit.
No idea. You don't know that. Deshaun Watson retweets a lot of this podcast Twitter.
He doesn't see any of my stuff.
You have no idea what anyone sees ever. No idea.
I know he's not going to write me back.
One day I'm going to have him write you back. One day I'm going to have him write you back.
I hate you.
Do you remember we put the 4 in Magician the one time, and Deshaun saw that and liked it. I thought that was pretty cool.
So that was like the beginning of everything else.
Dude, that was early. Dude, that was really early.
But that's just my point, though. Deshaun Watson, our quarterback one now, has retweeted this podcast Twitter thing a lot. A lot more than not.
We modeled that until like 2026 or something.
I don't know if you swear on your show. I don't know, but you know what I was going to say about Baker. Just that one.
What? We can't say fuck.
I don't know. It's not my show. So there we go.
Damn.
All right. There we go. Fuck Baker Mayfield. All right.
Okay.
Flip it.
All right.
Flip it. Flip it.
This took a
We
turn.
need it.
On that note,
Flip it.
We need it and to send it to him so he can play well for the Buccaneers.
Jason asks, "Are the Browns?"
Damn it, Tyler.
Yeah.
Are the Browns
think,
what?
Are they playing at home for all these games, or are they going to be alternates? And I don't think the renovation doesn't even start until like 2026. I think at the earliest. So
I confirmed too.
We don't even have details, man.
We don't have any real details.
They retracted that story, by the way.
Yeah. So I mean, who even knows when that's going to happen?
They're all being
Cleveland.
Happens,
yeah, it's going to be all in Cleveland.
Cleveland Brown Stadium.
We got to check up. We got to check up on Manny. Jason Tatum's 0 for 10 with 1 point at halftime.
Are they winning still?
I'm mining Jordan's parlays at that point, dude. Jesus.
Yeah, Jason Tatum is doing that bad, and the Celtics are still winning by 7.
Wow. I just want to say to Ed's point, at least when they go on this road trip, well, it's not really a road trip, but at least a lot of the division games on the road are a little more spread. Right, like Indy. I'd rather play like Indy, Seattle, and Denver, 3 out of the 4 road games than like Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. In the division.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, and I agree with that. I'd rather play those guys than play all of our division opponents on the road, like in a short proximity of each other.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about Sean Payton in Denver?
I don't even know. I don't know how to feel about Denver at all. Because, Sean Payton has been out of the game for, 2-3 years?
I think, yeah.
And, he's just kind of, they traded him to Denver, and then he's just kind of been doing whatever the heck he wants. And, it all really just comes down to, was Russ actually cooked, or was the coach just so bad that he just had no idea how to use Russell Wilson?
See, I'm a huge Russell Wilson fan, so I think they just ruined him last year. I think Payne is just the right man right there for him.
See, but it's interesting because you look at the Seahawks and you say, well, they got rid of Russell Wilson, and then they bring in Geno, and they go to the playoffs. And it's like, how the heck could Russell Wilson not do that? It's not like they did
Russell Wilson's corny. That's why he's one of the
we
corniest
all know
people
he's
ever.
corny. We all know he's corny.
That
was never in
translates
question.
to football.
That was never
translates
in
to football
question.
now. That translates to football.
Well, it's all really bad because I mean we saw what was going on the sideline. How even the players were like, "Dude, what are you talking about? No one's listening to you."
He was doing high knees on the plane and shit. Bro.
All right, like how's that going to motivate?
He had his own office.
Hey guys, pass or throw, pass or throw. Runner pass.
That's why they didn't win.
All jokes aside, though, what Tyler just said, dude, he had his own office. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Didn't he like have his own staff too? Like they were like,
he did.
He had his own like.
And Sean Payton came and said, "That's over with."
Yeah, Payton was like,
"We're done with that."
It was almost a season-long journey to see if he would throw more touchdown passes than bathrooms in his house.
It was, yeah. That was fantastic. I love watching that.
And now Sean Payton has him by his side everywhere he goes in public.
All right.
I can't let you go off on your own or do something ridiculous.
Dangerous.
As we're wrapping things up, guys, much like we did last year, very, very early. We're just now seeing the schedule, but what is everyone's? Yeah, some people.
Oh, you don't want to do a schedule game?
Yeah, you have, dude. You have. That's the main point.
I already tweeted. I'm not I'm not giving a prediction this year.
All right, you don't have to.
Okay,
Everyone else.
It's fine. You can boycott. It's okay.
Yep.
Actually, you know what? I can't be on the same side as Zach, so I'm just gonna say 11 wins. 11.
Okay.
I can't be on the same side of it. He beat me in fantasy football too many times. I can't. Nope.
You better join that dynasty league too.
I
was gonna say. Well, I keep seeing that at work, and I'm not on my phone that much at work, and I don't remember about it when I get home. So I'll do that.
We might be doing. Maybe we'll have some spots open for some of our members. Maybe that's the type of thing that we could do. And I know that a lot of us here at 216 are going to be in that league, so we'll probably have some catch-up shows. And like if you're along with
Randy's in that league. Randy,
so it's going to be a good time.
I think we're gonna make a trophy. I think we're gonna band together and make like a really elaborate trophy for the dynasty league. Yeah, the Shiva, and we'll pass it. We should recreate the Shiva.
A company dynasty league. That's pretty cool. I can't wait to check back on this video in like 3 years and see.
That's awesome.
I can't wait to check back on this video so I can watch the Browns release video again.
Oh, dude.
That was
11-6. I'll take 11-6.
11-6. Okay.
I got 13-4. 13-4.
Oh,
okay. Nick,
I've been waffling for a while to bet the Browns over 9.5. I think
Nick,
I'm
I swear to God.
I'm at 10-7. That's where I'm at. It's a brutal schedule. I'm at 10-7.
That's okay.
Jack?
I thought you were going to say something way higher.
Yeah, I'm also at 11-6.
I'm at 10-7. I think that's fair, and that gets you into the playoffs.
Do they sweep any of the division opponents? Yes or no?
No.
Yes.
Who?
Which one?
Pittsburgh.
Deal. I'm sold.
Dude, if we sweat Pittsburgh, holy crap.
Oh, I'm never not talking shit to. I never stopped talking shit to them ever since we beat them in the playoffs. I don't care I don't care about anything after that. They were going to go in there, and we played their JV team the week before and beat their ass. So no, good. Yes, that sweep them. Yes, good.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
Also, Zach is not pickings. He is. He is protesting. Yeah. But anyway, Josh says I'm excited to see Zach. Whoop Eddie in fantasy football again.
Eddie's not bitter at all.
Listen,
I'll give you
I'm not picking for good reasons.
10-6-1.
Because you'll jinx us, and because
You're welcome.
I know.
There you go.
I know where you're.
You're welcome.
Real quick.
Well, hold on, guys. Actually, let me do something interesting. I'm going to actually pretend that I'm going every single week through, like, when we usually do our pick'ems every week. So I'm going to pretend as if I'm picking, like I'm picking every other week. Okay, so we're going 17-0. That's just how it's going to work. So, because I'm always going to pick the Browns every week to win.
Dude, you guys, I remember this. Last year, you guys picked the Browns, and I was like, well, Zach actually, near the end of the season, started picking.
And I didn't care, dude. I'm like, nope, the Browns could definitely win this game.
Sorry, I picked us to beat the Jets. I'm sorry.
What do you think about doing like a network 216 pick'em? And maybe we could invite other people if we want to, but we could do the whole season every week. We pick all the games and we see at the end where we're at.
I like it.
I mean, we should all just do that for money. We should all just do that for money.
Sports betting legal? Yeah, let's just pick money lines. Screw it. Let's just do it, bro.
Yeah,
money lines.
Oh, degenerates, baby.
All in
Degenerates.
states,
Were we doing a
Are
unit?
we all in legal states?
Yeah.
Bet Jack. Link in the description down below.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we could also do is
1-800
everyone throw
gambling.
$5 a week and then throw it on a big parlay. That's what
Also,
we can
make
do
sure
too.
you everyone who's watching put your record predictions in the comments.
Josh has the Browns going 10-7. Random Cardboard has the Browns going 10-6-1.
I don't believe in ties.
Now, listen. I'm not saying I can't talk myself into 13-4 in the next couple of weeks.
That's what I'm saying. Just look at it a little deeper. Look at the roster.
Yeah.
13-4.
Really
Sweep of
evaluate.
Pittsburgh. 3-1 heading in the bye week. We come out. We beat the 49ers. The bricks are gone. We're taking
There it
off.
is.
It's going.
All right, guys, as we're wrapping things up,
bro.
just a reminder, if you're not already a member of Network 216, you can sign up, only $2.99 a month, get access to the Siake Ika film room that's going to release here. Jacob, what time did you say that's?
I got to record it. So, I don't know, 10. I don't know.
Okay. But
Like
either
an
way,
hour.
All right, either way, you guys will have access to that tonight. It's a great reason. Only $2.99 a month, so... And as we continue to build out the membership program, we're going to have other benefits for you guys. But be sure to take great advantage of that offer. Remember, everyone that's joined us tonight, head over if you haven't already. Drop a like on tonight's video. Help that YouTube algorithm grow. We really appreciate that support. Gentlemen, anything else you want to add before we end it here for the evening?
Homage.com, Lakers in 6.
You can get really good knockoff Thin Mint cookies at the Dollar General.
What? Support your local Girl Scouts. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, one more thing.
Support your local Dollar General that popped up overnight in a field in the middle of nowhere.
Hey, don't worry about that.
Mother's Day is Sunday. Don't
True.
forget your mom.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Shout out
Moms
all
are
the
Browns
moms.
fans too.
Yes.
Enjoy your Mother's Day. You know Zach Wilson will be.
Oh my God, Tyler! Wow.
What you say to say about
moms,
Marcus Jordan then?
moms.
I mean,
And with that, this has been a Network 216 Faithful Dog
Wow.
podcast collaboration. Browns schedule release show. Go Browns.
yeah,
Like,
go Browns.
Browns.
baby.
Comment,
Peace and love.
sub, notifications, the bell, homage, bet Jack.